Alright, September, State of My Galaxy. Feels like I just did this. I mean, technically I was a little bit late to the August one, but jeez, feel like I just did this, and here we are again. So, I guess, let's get into it. A couple of big things I got going on. One is my guild, or at least me. I finally was able to unlock Reva, which was pretty cool, because, even though she's kind of a little bitch in the shows, in the game, obviously, she's pretty good. She's a really solid Inquisitor character and just kind of solid in general. So it's cool to have her. I've been doing the best I can to work on her as quickly as possible. I mean, we unlocked her at the last Rise of the Empire event. Or whatever it's called, Territory Battle. I don't know how often those come around, but another one just started up yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. Today is Tuesday as I'm recording this. So I think the last one maybe was 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago. I don't know, somewhere around there. So I haven't had her too long, but, you know, she's at gear 12, pretty close to relic status. All I need is, well, I need 24 of these, and I need 29 of those. And then for this, I got everything except for this crap. You know, I need 74 of those. So that's, but still, in the grand scheme of things, not bad, we're getting there. I have all her moves as maxed out as I can, other than the Omicrons, which is fine. We'll get to the Omicrons who I'm working on, but I'm working on somebody else's Omicrons in the meantime, so as soon as I'm done with them, I will be over here for her. And I've been working on her mods as best as I can. As you can see, I have a lot of them up to 6 dot and beyond. It's kind of like as I have the stuff available to me from Galactic Challenges, I've just been putting it on her, because I'm like, why the heck not? She's decent. It's almost like I kind of feel like I'm working on a GL. I know she's not a GL, but she's pretty good, so. And this one, we're getting close. I just need 29 of these stupid pieces, and then I'll be able to have that done, and then boom, then I can just focus on getting all of her mods to gold 6 dot. Anyhow, one thing that I do not like about working on our Omicrons, though, is I feel like it's going to put, Grand Inquisitor, it's going to put his Omicrons to waste now. I worked on doing his, I got him all beefed up back in the day, whenever I did this, and oh, maybe it doesn't null them, never mind. As I was saying, now I feel like he's going to be null, but he's not null, I forgot. They're actually different areas. His is Territory Wars, hers are actually for Grand Arena, so never mind, they're different uses, my bad. So that's good, his Omicrons aren't a waste, because I was going to say, I'm never going to use him anymore, I'll probably just use her, but never mind. Anyhow, as far as the one that I am working on Omicrons right now, it's Malgus. So Malgus last month had his leader ability already, but then I added Korriban Legacy. I didn't know which one was better to do, but I was just trying to think in the here and now, if there's a grand arena and I was going to use them, which one would be better. And I just thought, this one's probably the better out of the two. You know, this one's if all allies are Sith at the start of battle instead of first blah 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 blah. Where this move is just debuffs inflicted by this ability can't be resisted. It felt like it's just unique to him, where the other move is the whole team benefit. So I was like, well, a team benefit is better than just an individual benefit. So, but yeah, been working on his. The only problem I have with Malgus is I feel like he's kind of pointless. I probably shouldn't have worked on him. I got a little excited, I guess, because he's cool. But his Sith Empire team is just not beefy enough. Look, I mean, I have Malgus, I mean, well, he's Relic 3, but I have Darth Revan Relic 4, Bastilla Fallen Relic 4. You know, the only ones that are anything halfway decent are Sith Marauder Relic 7, and Darth Malak is only Relic 6, but at least he's close to 7. But I'm just like, man, overall the team is weak. You know, I need to get all of these guys way beefier. I mean, I have to anyways. I have to get Malak and Revan up to 9 for the Leviathan at some point. But it's like, I don't know, I just feel like it'd be kind of pointless to have Malgus at Relic 7 or 8, and then, like, this is his team, all just kind of weak. So it makes a weird situation. At least with my Inquisitors, working on Reva, you know, get her to maybe Relic 8 or even 9, but at least everyone else is Relic 7, so she still has a decent squad around her, she's just better, you know? I don't know. Anyways, that's kind of the main things. As far as other promotions this month, I think the only one, actually, which we just saw, this is kind of funny, was Sith Assassin. Sith Assassin now hit Relic status. No real reason to work on Sith Assassin, it was just, I think I ran out of characters to farm things for. So like during the bonus energy periods, I'd have regular energy that I'd need to spend, but I had nobody to use it on. So I just chose a random character down in my Gear 12 section, like, who am I gonna work on? And, you know, I ended up choosing Sith Assassin because, I think Sith Assassin probably was one of the ones that I needed a lot of the pieces for, like all 6 slots. So I thought, okay, this will last me a little bit for my energy. And B, Sith Assassin has a ship, so I'm like, well, there's that as well. You know, at least, you know, I'm kind of beefing up a ship in addition to a character. It's not just a character. Also, it was, well, I'm trying to work on Malgus, so I guess if I get more of his kind of teammates beefier, then that's a good thing, I suppose, even though Sith Assassin kind of sucks, but still. As far as everyone else, I think everyone else up here is the same. Yeah, everyone else is the same up here. It's Geonos and Spy, Range Trooper, it's all the same crew that's just been sitting here month after month, and I'm not working on them because I keep working on other things. But yeah, actually, one thing I was going to start doing is I was going to start working on my Geos. I was going to do Geonosian Alpha Brood just to get my Geos going, but I was thinking maybe I should work on Captain Drogon. He's been sitting here forever. And in large part, it's because I've been wanting to get him to Relic 8, just because, you know, he's a good character to have under under Leia. But I've been slacking at this so hard, so I'm like, maybe I'll just do it now. Get him to Relic 8, get it done with. And then I don't have to think about it anymore. I don't have to see him sitting there anymore, just waiting like, hey, am I gonna ever get promoted, or... Anyhow, so yeah, as I said though, other than him, my next option was going to be the Geonosians. I know, Geonosians are kind of useless. Like, you probably would be thinking, why are you going to work on your Geos when you could work on Malgus or someone better? But, I don't know, I just want to. They've been sitting here forever. I feel like they should get beefed up. All 3 of them have ships. They're decent enough for a pain-in-the-butt squad in some situations, like Grand Arena or whatever, especially if they're on my team, or on offense, I should say, not my team. If they're on defense, then, well, you could get screwed, because you might have Jawas, and then they're just going to wipe you out. But if you're on offense, you can control it, you can... So, I don't know. And I know in Territory Wars, my guild always has a node where they want us to put Geos, and I'm like, my Geos suck. At least if they're all Relic 7, plus the Omicron, which I have, then it's a lot more impressive, and a lot more of a wall, you know what I mean? Rather than just some random Gear 12s and other crap. I don't know. Anyways, speaking of Geos, though, another team that I did just finish, well, sort of finish working on was my Jawas. This is very pointless and a waste of time, but I've been working on them. Mostly, it's just, I've been wanting to beef them up forever, and specifically, it was for, well, the Geos. In Grand Arena, there's always a Geo squad in my Grand Arena battles, matchups, and the best thing to use against them is either A, Traya, or B, Jawas. Well, I don't want to waste Traya against Geos, because Treya's good against a lot of other things as well. So I like to just throw my Jawas at them and say, yeah, good enough. But my Jawas have been all over the place. For the longest time, most of them were just Gear 12, so like the Geos would run through them, no problem, and then it would get down to like a 2-on-6, you know what I mean, because they get the summon. And then luckily I'd have enough thermal detonators stacked that we'd win, but it was always just too risky. So now I'm like, alright, cool. Now they're so beefed up that they're able to survive. So, you know, Geos are going hard against me and my guys aren't dying. So then it remains 5-on-6, and then thermal detonators are stacked, boom. Now I'm getting better banners and stuff, and yeah. So, very random, but the only one that's not Relic 7 is Jawa, and the only reason for that is because the rest of the Jawas, I had to work on. They were Gear 12, I had to beef them up, and then while I got them to Relic status, I figured, okay, I'll just take you to Relic 7. Jawa was already Relic 5 for a while. I think it was probably because he was a requirement for somebody, for one of the GLs or something. So he's been Relic 5 forever, so I never, like, had him in my favorited list like I do. You know, I do my favorite list for the characters that I'm actively working on. So as you see, it's the first 2 full rows and then 3 on the 3rd row. So Jawa never made it to there. I didn't need to favorite him. I had no reason to work on him other than now. So he is Relic 5, but someday I'll get him to Relic 7, but for now it's not really a priority. I figure what I got going on for the Jawas is plenty good enough. You know, he's not even like one of the stellar Jawas. It's not like he's Java Engineer or something. You know, he's just Jawa. Super generic. He doesn't even have a name. He doesn't even have a title. He's just Jawa. It's like if there was a character and it just said human, you know, like So he'll be fine at Relic 5 for now. I feel like I had some other promotions, because I'm pretty sure that this was a lot fuller for my favorites. Like, being down to 2.5 rows is not bad. But I don't remember who else I've been working on. I know there's a lot that I do want to work on, but as I say every single month, I just don't have the time for that. I got Snips to Relic 9. I think I did that last month. I don't know if I said this, though, so I just want to point it out. Again, the reason for her to be Relic 9 is obviously because that's a GL Ahsoka requirement, so I figured I'd just do it. Unfortunately, a lot of her requirements, though, also are the new characters, so I'm like, well, geez, I don't have them at 7 stars, so this is almost kind of pointless to fill out all these other requirements when I can't fully do them all. I don't know, whatever. Progress is still progress, right? Looking at Grievous, I really want to work on his squad to get them all better, but I don't know. It's all just going to take a lot of time. Anyways, I was looking at my Night Sisters because... where the heck is it? I finally have a full team of Relic 5 at least. On my recent... I think this month I got Marin up to Relic 5, and I'm pretty sure Zombie also... I mean, Relic 7, and I think Zombie too got there. I'm pretty sure Talzin, Ventress, and Old Docker were last month, but I'm pretty sure those two made it this month. So, just wanted to kind of point that out. One thing I will say about Marin... I mean, I know she's supposed to be like the Lifter Night Sister unit, but for the most part, I don't feel like she's been that special, except for in the Assault Battle, where it's you can use Phoenix or Night Sister. Holy crap, like, she makes a monster difference in that event. I want to try to make a video on that, but it really depends on what day that event comes around and all that, whether I actually have the time to record something or not. But hopefully next time it comes around I can, because she makes a monster difference. I struggled with that event always. I mean, that event's been around for how long now? And I've always struggled. And now with Marin, it's like super easy. And I'm like, holy crap, she makes a huge difference, which is pretty awesome. But anyway, trying to remember. I feel like there was more characters. There's no way that that's all I've worked on. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Marin, my Jawas, Reva. How many Omicrons did I get? Oh, I'm trying to remember. Which Omicron did I get this month? Oh yeah, duh, it was the one from Malgus. Yeah, never mind. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this. This might have been last month, or it could have been early this month. I got Jedi Consular to Relic 8. Kind of seems pointless, which, well, not kind of. It is, to have him at Relic 8. It's like the people that put Cup to Relic 9 just for the memes, you know? But the only reason he's Relic 8 is because, there was... My guild does this thing, bounties, and they'll put certain characters out there that they want us to try to get to a certain relic status, and Jedi Consular was one of those. Get him to Relic 8. So, I did, and I won the bounty, which was pretty cool. They give you the bounty reward is always a $20 chest of gems, so I was like, sweet. Another one, now that I'm speaking of bounties that I forgot about, was, where the heck is he? I think I just saw him before, too, and didn't even think anything of it. Just scrolled on by, like, yep, there he is. Right here, Veteran Smuggler Chewie. I also got him the Relic 8. He was also the bounty. Not only was he a bounty, but, like, my guild leader specifically reached out to me in the guild in the chat, like, sent me a private message and said, hey, would you mind doing this? You're the one that's by far the closest to having him the Relic 8, because I had him at Relic 7, so, I mean, I was super close, and I was like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm already almost there, like you said. At the end of the day, I think Veteran Smuggler Chewie is very useless. I mean, he has a little use in certain events, but other than that, nobody's ever using him, so to have him at Relic 8 is completely a waste of time. But whatever, I got a $20 crystal chest out of it with him too. I got 2 of them, so that's a lot of crystals I got just for getting 2 dumb characters to Relic 8. And when you really break it down, I did it all free to play. It costed me nothing, and yet I got $40 in rewards from it. So, you know, I guess it is what it is. I got 2 stupid characters beefed up pretty well, but worked out for me in the end. I mean, we always have bounties. I don't know what the bounty is now. Last I knew, it was like Chief Chirpa and someone else. I forget who else, but I was busy working on Consular and Smuggler of Chewie, so I wasn't able to get those bounties. But they might still be active, because I think we wanted multiple of those. For Chewie and Jedi Consular, they only needed one, and I met that requirement. And the whole point is just for the Rise of the Empire territory battle stuff. Then we have those characters available to deploy in the platoon mission things. So we didn't have them before, so we couldn't fill out a full sector. So now it's up to me to pay attention where my Chewie and Consular have to go. Anyways, Eth Koth. He's looking familiar, like I got another idiot. Maybe I'm just thinking Jedi Consular's kind of useless, just like Eth Koth. Yeah, these are a lot of low-level things now. I don't think any of these I worked on. So I guess that's about it. Man, I feel like I did more, but I guess not. Clone Wars Chewie. Man, he's not even relic status? I didn't realize that. He's just a low-level guy. So, as far as, did I get anybody start up or unlock anybody new? I mean, we have had a few new characters this month. Let me just browse through and see if anybody had start up. I don't think so. You know, now that I'm looking at Saw Gerrera, one thing I was going to do was start working on the requirements for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, because I was like, you know, it would be cool to unlock another, like, legendary character. But I was like, I don't know. I mean, his requirements are easy. It's just gear 12. But at the same time, like, that's 5 characters I got to work on. And I already got enough to work on. So I was like, maybe I'll just, you know, wait until I at least get down to, like, 1 row of favorites. And then I can add all these guys to my favorites list. Who are the new characters this month? I think it's just it's Shin Hati. And anybody that I don't have unlocked yet. Shin Hati. I don't know. We definitely didn't just have one. Shin Hati, maybe the Great Mothers was part of this month as well. Was Morgan Elsbeth? No, I think she was last month, right? Had to have been. I don't know. Anyways, as far as what I've been up to, in addition to all that, these are the characters I've been working on. I've been trying to work on my Gungans. Obviously, they're required for a lot. They're required for the Gungan raid. They're a decent teams to have in general. They also have sometimes galactic challenges. Well, it's cooled down now, but at first, galactic challenges were so centered around Gungans. So I do want to get them beefier, just for the raid, if anything. And to be able to unlock Jar Jar. I forgot about that, because, you know, he's a legendary character, so that's a cool event I can do. Another video, and another, like, special character unlocked. So anyways, I've been working on him. I've been over here working on Boss Nass. I have been working on this one. Not too much progress yet. I mean, we're still heading towards 5 stars. But, you know, it is one of the ones that's a requirement for GL Ahsoka, so I'm trying. And then I go over here, and I'm also working on this guy, Gungan Phalanx. In addition to him, I'm also trying to work on this ship. I'm at 94 out of 100. Super close, which is pretty good. So yeah, hopefully shortly I'll finally have that ship 7 star. And then in addition to that ship, go into 7 star. Another thing that I'm working on is Padawan Obi-Wan. Basically what I'm doing is with my Cantina energy, because that's where you can find him. So what I do is I buy 3 packs at the refresh, because they only cost 100 crystals, and then I use that for like my relic farming, and then during bonus energy and stuff, I'll just use that energy to farm him. For now, obviously, I'm working on Padawan Obi-Wan, and then once he's 7 star, then I'll work on Qui-Gon. The reason I'm trying to work on them too is, well, again, 1, there's the assault battle that I hear gives really good rewards, actually, so it's worth it to work on these guys. And 2, I mean, I'm sure that they're good in the battle for Naboo raid. Obviously, they would qualify. They were on Naboo and all that, and fought Maul and everything. But I just feel like they're probably good in there. And a lot of stuff I have for the Battle of Naboo raid kind of suck. I mean, I have a lot of terrible galactic Republic Jedi that just barely put up numbers. And I'm like, well, at least if I got these two guys, that would help. So, slowly working on him. I've actually been buying his crystal packs from the shop, which are these ones right here. It was him. Now they switched it to Qui-Gon. Now that I'm finally close to being able to star up Obi-Wan the 6th star, they switch it to Qui-Gon. I'm like, alright, cool CG. Speaking of cool CG, they also had a event recently that was bonus drops for like different areas had different things. I think one area had Omegas, another one had Zetas, and another one had actually had Obi-Wan shards. And of course, per usual CG style and functionality, the drops sucked. You hardly got anything. So that was an extremely worthless event, if you want to call it that. Anyways, coming over to here, as far as ships go, I don't think anything at all happened. If anything happened, it's just because, like I always say, a character got leveled up or relicked up more, and that helped. Like, for example, Ahsoka Tano's ship, because I got her to Relic 9, now her ship would be a little beefier just because of that. But yeah, otherwise, I didn't unlock any ships or anything. Oh, speaking of ships, though, it's so slow, but we're semi getting there for this one to be 7-star. It's 70 out of 100. I need 3 more of these mother effing events, and it will finally be a 7-star ship. Oh, this is so ridiculous how long this takes. You know? And then I can also beef up all these moves, make them as best as they can be, and I mean, this ship's doing pretty well for me now, but so I can only imagine what 7-star will do, but it's just taking forever. Such a terrible, like, event or whatever you want to say to get this thing unlocked. Well, I mean, it is unlocked, but, you know, to get it fully capable. Anyway, is there anything else to say? What the heck is that? I said go home, and it goes back to that. Is there anything else? I think that about covers it. I talked about Reva, talked about my Omicrons, talked about character things, talked about how nothing really happened in ships. Oh, I also want to say I'm currently at 9.8 million GP, so that's pretty cool. I'm getting close to 10 million. I'm finally going to break that double-digit, you know, front-runner number. So that's pretty cool. And I also want to show this. I have $1,911,738,627 credits, whatever you want to say. So I'm close to being a 2-billionaire now. Recently, I was talking about how I became a billionaire, and I'll be a multi-billionaire in this game. If only that was real life, you know? Anyhow, I think that's all I got. So thanks for checking this out with me, and until next month... Oh, that's another thing I wanted to show. I always don't think of this, and I should include this in these. So this was the daily login for October now. September's over, and we're moving on to October. So our character was Dengar. And, yeah, I mean, everything else is basically the same. Just wanted to showcase that character. So, yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for checking this out, and until next time, I said see ya.